Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I gave my client two-tone red hair. So as you saw in the earlier clip, this is the color that I had originally colored her hair. So this time around she said she wanted to go a little bit lighter. She did have her hair in a protective style, so what I did was lightly shampoo her hair, avoiding scrubbing the scalp so that it wouldn't irritate her. And then I blow dried it with cool air, and then I applied some of the scalp protectant that I use normally for relaxers. I did apply that on her scalp just to make sure that if I did irritate her scalp in any kind of way prior to blow drying it, that it would help protect and not irritate her scalp. So the first thing that I am doing, since it had been I would say about 2 months since I colored her hair the first time, and she has a little bit of root, as you can see here. So what I'm doing is going through and giving her a root touch up just to even the color out before I start the process of applying the second red on her hair. So now, because color does not lift color, in order for me to give her the lighter red that she wanted, she, by the way, chose this style. She came in wanting two-tone red and not just to make her whole head the lighter color. So in order for me to do that, I had to go through and apply highlights to her hair. So I did use the Redken Flash lift with the bonder in it, and I used a 10 volume developer. I didn't need a lot of lift, but I did want to break through the red. So first I'm using the comb to comb through the root, make sure that the application of the color is even at the root, and then I apply the lightener in the foil, on her hair in the foil, so that I can get a greater lift. I did not keep this in for long, so that's why I use a little bit of a higher volume developer than I normally would use, because I wanted to get a nice decent lift so I can give her the bright red. So I did use the comb to make sure that all the strands were detangled and it would lift evenly. When I got to the top, as you can see, I grabbed more hair on the top than I did the bottom, so I did make sure to detangle with a wider tooth comb to make sure that her hair is being handled gently. Her hair was dry, but applying the color, of course, added moisture to it. And I did take diagonal partings just so that when the hair falls to the side, it has what it shows and appears to have greater coverage, or well, I should say a greater amount of the lighter red that I applied to her hair. So I left the lightener in the foils for about 20 minutes, and afterwards I shampooed and conditioned, and I also did a protein treatment just to make sure that her hair is and remains nice and strong. So now what I'm doing is applying the Pravana 7R with no lift, and I'm using this because red, even though it's weird, even though it's the hardest color to remove when you want to change colors, while you have it, it's the easiest color that fades. So I am using the Pravana red with zero lift to try to really get it in there and make sure it stays. And I did use a tiny bit, like just a small line of violet, and the reason for that is because it helps hold the red in the hair a little bit longer, makes it so that it doesn't fade as quickly. So after I allowed this color to process, I did deep condition her hair after I shampooed it. Earlier I did the protein treatment and then I conditioned the second time I shampooed. And I'm going through now and giving her a trim. Yes, I am giving her a trim with wet hair because she did not want heat to her hair, and she wanted her hair to be a little bit more even than what it was while the hair is in its natural state. So I did go through and make sure that it was fully detangled as I stretched it out and then trimmed the ends. A lot of people don't like to trim with wet hair. I normally don't either. However, I want to show you guys that it can be done. Don't let a stylist tell you that they cannot trim your hair while it's wet. That's not necessarily true. While it won't be as even and as perfect as it would be if you would straighten it, it's not impossible. It can be done. It's all about preference and what you're okay or not okay with as far as your hair goes. Remember, guys, you are the ones that are in control. As a stylist, we can only do what you ask us to do or ask us what not to do. So always remember that. Ask for what you want. Make sure you get what you want. So, like I said earlier, she doesn't want heat to her hair this time around. So what she wanted was a rod set. So I do use the end papers for that. I know it's kind of old school, but I just love the way that the ends are not frizzy at all when you use the end paper, especially for tighter curls. I love it. So I used the pink perm rods, and I did use Influence leave-in conditioner and also their foam. And I did not wrap it in a spiral because I didn't want the wand look. I just wrapped it as you would just the regular wrap. So I basically just turned the roller and overlapped the hair as I was going down the perm rod. So once she sat on the dryer for 10 days and she was done, I did use my Protect Me serum, which has argan oil. It has a UV protector and also helps fight against humidity. I applied that to her hair as I was breaking down her perm rod curls. As you can see, I'm smoothing it on the hair so that it doesn't frizz while I'm separating the hair. And I didn't separate them a whole bunch because she kind of wanted to keep them a little bit tighter so she can separate them as the days go by, just so that she can extend the style a little bit longer. So after I separated the curls, I did go through with a pick to try to remove the lines from the perm rods and also to tease her scalp a little bit to give the curls some more volume. And she did ask me to go back in and open up the curls a tiny bit more, so that's what I did. Then I applied some of the Care Edge Control, which I absolutely love because it's not flaky and it keeps the hair intact for a while. And then I just positioned the curls in the manner that she wanted, and it came out really cute, exactly how she wanted it. She loved it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Please make sure to subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and like this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.